promise to help each other, celebrate the joys of life, and to console each other.
Hello. I am sorry, but I must interrupt this show. You know what it is? Hey, Ham, it's time, baby. Low, it's time how we do. Hey. They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we gone. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we in. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said we gone. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you man. I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a whip. And I pull that shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you in red like an Xbox. Got me laughing at you like you red fox. Got you chasing Hot Wheels like a matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super cold like I'm playing for Blizzard. Got you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today. Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make you bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we gone.
Yo, what's cracking? Welcome to another episode of the Crossover Podcast over here on the TSWS Gaming YouTube channel. This time, not the Sucker Mega channel over there on YouTube. We on live. We looking good today. I got us, in a high quality format, unlike some other channels. The crossover happens to touch every once in a while. But here with me today, I got none other than the crunkest of the A button, Mr. Crunk Mega, with me today to talk about why he lost.
Oh my God!
Last night in Tekken, after this man said, I ain't never gonna win in my life. But I knew I knew that the show was over though already when you were there. I was like, I'm gonna be able to distract this man to the point where I can get myself a win, and I did that. I got him good and talking during one of the matches. He was talking so much he didn't even realize he was on the last round.
I did not. And listen, man, you know what I'm saying? He only won one match. And listen, you know what I'm saying? I was still playing. I was still live.
Yeah.
The Hennessy, man, I am still lit. That's what, you know what? These are these moments when I sit there and I know that when I've been, having a few months of drinking and enjoying myself or whatever, that I know that I got to stop and put my liver on a high edge, like take a break, liver. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no more drinking until probably well, I will drink on my mama's birthday on the 26th. After that,
for a few weeks.
Yeah, but I'm not drinking until the summer. I'm done. And that's what I usually do. I'll get these moments where I'll drink for a little while. It's like I do the same thing with soda. Like I'll get on these soda binges and then I'll stop.
I'm just like that. I get on a Dr. Pepper binge or a Baja Blast binge, and like I like it for like a whole week.
Yeah. And so anyway, but other than because of circumstances, and then I've kind of fucked myself, like But yeah, the liquor bar is closed here, and that's it, no more. Because when I looked at the bottle of the Hennessy this morning, I said, "Yo, okay." I was toasted, but it was fun. You know what I'm saying? It's good win. I'll let you have it. You only had one win, which was crazy.
Yeah.
I had no business playing Killer Instinct. I had no business playing Killer Instinct, but I'm surprised that I won some matches in there. I was so dog shit wasted, but it's okay. It's all right. I was white girl wasted. That's how wasted I was last night.
Yeah, K Mega was hella drunk last night. Like,
I was drunk.
Like, oh yeah, you get close to winning, but you ain't win nothing. You ain't win nothing. I'm your savior. You sure you want to do this again? You want to run another match? You want to take another L real quick? You trying to get it? Man, you ain't shit. You weak. You soft. You a chump. You ain't shit. You garbage. Like you were throwing the fucking kitchen sink at me, and I was just like, nah, all right, I got you. So that I knew the only way that I was gonna win over a fucking automated K Mega was if I could get him off his game enough by just because he was jabbering his jaw and saying, "Oh, you quiet now? Oh, you quiet now?"
Well, yeah, I remember it. Yeah.
And I made sure I was like, I ain't gonna be quiet no more. I'm gonna be real loud to the point where he just gonna have to talk to me the whole time, and hopefully he don't notice
that you winning.
Losing.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't. And then I was like, holy shit. Okay, I said, oh damn, I'm down 2-1. But in my mind, I thought it was 1-1. And then when you won, I said, okay, I'll let that round go. I got him now. Let me focus. Let me shut the hell up. And then the match was over. And I said, oh shit. And then you know how Ham is. Like, and Don was there too. So, and Yobi, yeah, it was fight night last night. It was I was on Twitch. Yeah. So if you want to see that drunken mess, you can go right ahead and see it. I mean, of course, and I'm not really a violent or crazy drunk. I've had my moments where I was doing that back in the days, but I'm more of a happy, just talking shit kind of mega now. But until I, but no, the one thing, Yobi, that you will not get from me, what Yobi found at one time, when I was doing Mixer, when I first started Mixer, I think it was Mixer. It was Mixer or when I first started on Twitch. It was whatever. And then I got so lit, I fell asleep on the mic. I mean, on the stream. Yeah, I was out. I was out. Yobi clowned me about that for years. There he goes right there. He said, I just went to sleep when when you got home, Yobi, yeah, but I thought he was talking about, yeah, I went to sleep. Oh, this man gonna show it.
Yes, sir. Of course, I'm gonna throw that on the screen, man. Everybody needs to be alive and live in color. You see where it says hands up? Yeah, I got clapped up that round right there.
You got clapped up. You got clapped up, and then I was over here at the Hennessy took over, man. I was over because Ham was talking bad shit. Don was over here talking shit for Ham, and it was just bad. It was just bad. It was bad for me. Bad. Look, listen.
You were so drunk. There was 3 or 4 times where you were like, "Ladies and gentlemen," and you were not streaming.
I know. Because I cut the stream off, and yeah, that was nuts. Because you said, "Are you still streaming?" And I said, "No." And because I knew that I got to a point, I said, man,
maybe I should leave it like this the whole stream.
Let it be. Let it cook. K-Mega got his L. That's fine.
But one thing I will say is you took it with grace when you lost. And at that time, like all the chest beating and talking turned into just laughing.
Yeah, just humble.
Just ended up just laughing. And please believe you should not be a noob talking shit with me and K Mega, because it gets very hot.
It gets very hot.
It gets like brotherly hot, like uncomfortable, like this. Like, are they about to really fight? I felt like when K Mega, I felt like when the Don left, he was like, I gotta get out of here.
No, Don knows how you get. Don knows how I get. So he was cool. Don was just getting ready to settle in, because it was around 2:00, and he usually shuts down around 12, 1 o'clock on Sunday. So yeah,
no doubt. We should definitely get into some of these topics though. But I want to shout out the people that showed up to the podcast so far. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody on Twitter X or whatever that happens to be watching right now. It always shows that there's a lot of people watching over there. I don't know how true or not true that is, but shout out to y'all for watching. Thank you so much. And then all the people that are over here on YouTube on the actual channel here to watch it live. I appreciate you, Mr. Joy in the Dark, Ray Chi, it's Timmy. Of course, Yobi, Silent Cypher. Let's see any other names that we got in here. Not that I'm seeing right now, but I'm sure there's a few other people up out there. I appreciate y'all for rolling through, popping in and whatnot. We got some topics that we need to talk about that'll be pretty fun. The first one that I want to talk about is something I should probably clear up right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying, K-Meg? Something I should probably clear up right now, because I feel like it's getting out of hand.
Oh yeah.
I personally feel like it's getting a little out of hand, and I did it as a joke.
April Fools.
It fooled a lot of people. Fooled a lot of people. But anyways, let me go on ahead and get to it. I felt terrible about how many people it got, but you know, it is what it is. It's surprising to me how many people believe it just because of what I do all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, shout out to everybody. All right, so I was up way too late, way too late. K Mega playing that fight and shit and whatnot because I was editing a video which I actually dropped today about Dune Awakening, where I'm talking about Dune and just the whole like experience at PAX with it and whatnot. So if you haven't checked that out on this channel, I literally dropped that at 10 a.m. here in the Lord's time, 11 o'clock in Eastern. That's a pretty dope video. It kind of wraps up everything that I did with the crew, thoughts and stuff that I learned while I was there about the game in particular. And if you're really big or if you enjoy survival games at all, I highly recommend that you go check that game out because it's going to be extremely innovative in that genre. But anyways, getting back to the topics at hand we have here today, I put this tweet out this morning at 5 a.m. because yes, I was still awake. After I was high off of beating K Mega. I was high as a motherfucker. I was
one match. One match.
It's all it takes. Man, that one dub is all you need, and I was running with it, brother. But anyways, I put a tweet saying breaking. I got an interview set up with the man, the myth, the legend, Xbox P3, which is Phil Spencer. In case for those of you that don't know. And I put, I'm so stoked. It was surprisingly easy to get him booked. I just asked Father Seamus Blackley.
Bro.
And all of a sudden, my wishes were granted.
Oh, man.
Let's go. And 100 people or over 100 people at this point right now have liked this post. Got 29 people retweeting it. Ooh. And 37 comments, which I'd say like 33 of them are people saying F you. Pretty much like, oh snap, this is a lie. This isn't true. This is April Fool's. And I wish it wasn't. I wish it wasn't April Fool's. I wish this was 100% true, but it's not. So your boy Am Solo does not have an interview with Phil Spencer yet. Right. I hope to get one at some point, but as of right now, it ain't happening. I only have the interview with Mr. Seamus Blackley. Hopefully that does, like I say, flower into an actual opportunity with Mr. Phil Spencer as well. That'd be high, and that'd also be like a dream come true. I mean, just interviewing Seamus Blackley alone.
That was amazing. That was great. Yeah.
Because that's my favorite Xbox of all time, that OG Xbox. But having Phil Spencer on the show would be nice because it's very modern. A lot of the and he's been around for quite some time to where I could really talk to him about some pretty cool stuff. But anyways, I just felt like I needed to lay that on the table just because I felt like it was the right thing to do. Although I definitely took advantage of a day.
Enjoyed it.
Absolutely. But K Mega, what's cracking with you, brother? What's happening? What you've been doing? What you've been playing?
Man, I just got finished before I did Fight Night. That's why Fight Night was a little late. Was on Easter Sunday. I got finished beating Tales of Arise. I still have the DLC to finish. But I went back into my backlog and I was like, you know what? I've been intrigued to wanting to play this game again. And then, it reminded me because of hearing it that was coming to Game Pass. And I was like, you know what? Let me get back on that because I really liked the game, but it got caught up into everything else. But anyway, man, that game is fantastic. If anybody back in the days played a game called Legend of Legaia 1 and 2, that is the closest to that. I would say a little bit of I haven't beat a Grand Blue Fantasy Relink yet. But I put in about maybe 10 hours into that, and it's really, really good as well for people that are interested in it. But those two games, but I would say more of Tales of Arise reminds me so much of Legend of Legaia, and it just brought back all that nostalgia. Really good game. The story is really good. My only gripe, and that may be on my end because I had my character set on manual where you manually pick what attacks that they could do. I was trying to do the ultra arts, and I couldn't do them. It was saying that you could press two buttons at the same time, kind of like you would like if you were doing like a grab move in a fighting game like Tekken or something like that. But I kept doing it, and it wouldn't do it. So I just had to put it on semi-auto. So the fact that it would, oh well, no, I still kept it on manual, but I would have to switch characters in order to get my characters to do their ultimate attack moves. But other than that, like I said, that could have been an issue on my end that I just was ignorant, and I didn't go look it up on YouTube to try to figure out how to do it. So, but that game is great. That game is really, really good. The combat in that game is elite. Mwah. So shout out to Namco for that. I hope that they will continue that. I know that they're going to continue the series, but I hope that they continue with those group of characters because I do have Tales of Vesperia. And that game is really good as well. But I really found myself really engaged with those characters within Tales of Arise. I thought that was really good. Alphen is a beast. He is a damn beast.
No doubt, no doubt. For myself, I've been playing, or I was playing a ton of Dragon's Dogma to the point that I got to the I got to the end of the game, beat it, and got to the new game plus and turned that on and realized that it does carry over a lot of your stuff.
Good deal.
One thing that's weird is it opens up the map 100%. I'm gonna be talking about a lot more in-depth things when it comes to what it was like beating the game, what was the positives, what were the negatives. On Wednesday, I'm gonna do a little solo show where it's just me hanging out, talking, and we're gonna talk about Stellar Blade a little bit more in depth, as you guys are seeing on the screen.
We're gonna talk about oh, look at that! Look at that.
It was nice, right? We're gonna talk about Stellar Blade, which is on the screen right now, and then we'll also be talking about Dragon's Dogma, like I said, about what it was like beating it. I won't be doing any spoilers or nothing like that. I'll just literally be talking about what to expect when you beat the game and how quick you should beat the game or how quick you shouldn't maybe beat the game. We'll definitely be talking about all that stuff on Wednesday. But Dragon's Dogma was a fantastic game. I had a lot of fun playing it, but it definitely comes with its own, set of issues. That because I mean, I've yet to see it. Still, I'm 35 years old. I'm about to be 36 in August, and I've yet to see a perfect game. I've yet to see a perfect game in my entire life. I've seen games that are like clearly above or like as close as perfect as I could possibly think, but I've never looked at a game and said that's 100 out of 100, and there's no budging. There's nothing wrong with this. I've never looked at a game and said that. There's always something that could be a little bit better in a game. And I don't know. I feel like once we're saying, things are actually 100, then we're kind of lying to ourselves a little bit. There's always a problem somewhere, right? And I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think that keeps the ratings honest. What's not honest is when we see motherfuckers like on Metacritic and whatnot. I've seen it posted like all week. Somebody put a 30 for Dragon's Dogma, brand new game, gave it a 30 out of 100, and I'm just like, you gotta be on some insane dope to put that kind of number there, even if you dislike the game. Right. Like I'm not a big fan of Horizon Forbidden West at all. You know that, K Mega. Right. You know how much I disrespect that game. Mr. Joanna Dark.
Yeah.
Mr. Joanna Dark, probably the biggest hater of that game that I know.
OJ Dark is a menace when it comes to
slow-mo backslap as well, because he said it's digital NyQuil.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, slow-mo too as well, because we're in a
But one thing that's one thing in my opinion that is true between the three of us is none of us are dumb enough to give that game a 30.
Yeah, no, that game is
Mr. Joanna Dark, he ain't. he might not be a fan, but I don't see him being disrespectful.
No.
Right?
Right.
Slow-mo, same thing. I don't see him being disrespectful. Like he'll get into like, you know, the specifics of what he doesn't like and why he feels it's this way, and maybe it'll be a little joking and whatnot, but he ain't gonna give it no 30. And I damn sure ain't gonna do that, because I mean I care about my integrity. So I'm not gonna sit here and lie just because I don't like something. I mean, I'll definitely say, yo, this game is like in like the high 70s, early 80s for me, but it's not no damn 30. Even though I don't like the game, I can see why a bunch of other people love it.
Right.
Not for me though.
So you didn't. So what you give the rating for? Or are you going to wait until you do your podcast talking about the game Wednesday?
For Dragon's Dogma?
Yeah.
No, I'm open to say it.
Okay.
I gave it an 8.5.
Okay.
I gave it an 8.5 just because some of those functions within saving and stuff like that, it's just like, I don't know how you did that. And you're that, you know, you're Capcom. It'd be different if you're like an indie developer or something, right? But like, you're Capcom. This isn't your first generation of game. This isn't even your fourth generation of game, right? This is like generation 7 or 8 for you with video games. So it's like you don't get that much leeway, right? When it comes to missing what I would think is fairly simple features that everybody would love to have, take advantage of, and there's really nothing. There's really nothing saying that this shouldn't be here.
I'm right back.
I don't know what he just said, but he walked away. All right, but anyways, let's go on ahead and keep it moving. Shout out to Big Mad Mo stopping through. Appreciate you, brother. Let me check out a few people up in the chat before I continue with K Mega. I don't know where the hell he walked off to. But anyways, Ray Chi right here said the power or the PS5 SSD proves itself again after eliminating world hunger. That's wild.
I was just saying, I was stepping away right fast. I had to, man. Like I said, I'm still feeling the effects of this Hennessy, man. It's getting hot in here, man. I got to turn the
oh
air.
Shit, this man need to call Jimmy John. Yeah.
Coffee or water, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm telling you, man. When I'm feeling like a little slizzard or just feeling sideways after a long night of sipping that that late night oil, I usually get Jimmy John's or a burrito, bro. And just let that fucking grease or the bread just fucking soak it up, and then I take a nap.
Yeah, I ate a big old fat ham sandwich before the show because the wife cooked Easter dinner or lunch, whatever. Lunch. I'm like, what are we doing here? But whatever. But yeah, no, I made me a big old fat ham sandwich. It was delicious, and with some Velveeta cheese, mustard. Oh, it was good. But yeah, so no, I got the grease in me. I'm cooking. I'm just cooking over here, bro. I'm like, man, that's why I say I'm done. I'm done for a few months, man. We ain't doing that. The liquor bar is closed in K Mega's house.
that man sweating. He said, "Fuck a hat today,
bro." Yeah, bro. I said, no, hell with the hat, because I was sleeping. I was like, oh shit, that's right. I got to do the podcast. I sit there and I looked and I said, oh my goodness, yeah, no, man. That's when you know you drunk too much. So, ladies and gentlemen,
that man's temple is pulsating right
now. Oh man, but go ahead. No, I was listening to everything you were saying. I just went up there and turned the air conditioner on because I was like, this is getting hot in here. So, Oh, also, I wanted to say this too before we get into the topics. I bought. I've been going crazy a little bit and buying old games on the 360 before the 360 store closed. I think it closes in June, or it closes this month. I can't remember which month. I think it's in June. But regardless, I want to pick up these games that before they go out. So I've been buying me a couple of games from the store. I got the Fist of the North Star 1 and 2. I hated that they were still regular price, but I had Microsoft points, so they transfer. And so if people didn't know that, your Microsoft points that you have from your Series X and S or from your Xbox One, they transfer over also into your 360. So if you have a lot of points available or just some points available, you could take that over to your 360 store on the 360 if you still have your 360, and you can buy games with those points. So I did that. Right now I'm in the store right now, and I'm finna get Street Fighter 3 Street Fighter 3 something strike or whatever. I forget the name of it. I'm looking for it right now. I also picked up, and I never played that. I played the first game. I played the first Riddick game, but I didn't know that they had a second game. So I bought that as well. So yeah. So anybody, and I'm thinking about going ahead and risking it all and getting Test Drive Unlimited, Test Drive 2 Unlimited. So yeah.
New Test Drive?
No, the old Test Drive that's on the 360.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's still in the store. So I'm thinking about getting that. And then I've also bought some games. I bought Blur, but Blur is not is delisted, and so is Forza 4. But I bought those on eBay. So if you still want to try to look for some older games, especially hard copies, you can maybe look at eBay and try to look for a good deal there. So yeah, I'm just on this 360 game kick. I might get on that PlayStation 1 and 2 buying some old games kick on there as well. But
yeah, I seen you playing like some sort of like horde version of Streets of Rage kind of game.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Where they were drawing in the people each like round or whatnot. So what was that game?
It was called Unbound. Hold on, let me
I know that was a 360 game.
Yeah, that was a 360 game. It was called Unbound. I gotta switch over to my Xbox. It's called Unbound. The power of it is good to see that the Xbox comes on really quick now, because it used to not come on so quick back in the days, and you had to wait. But it's called Unbound Saga.
You want to see something peaceful?
What's that?
Thank you, Yobi. That's so peaceful. Look at that man right there.
Oh my God! No,
the man is in peace.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Yo, you still got that, bro.
That man is in peace right now.
Oh,
he's on some higher learning right now. What's going on here?
That was came back in his man. My back was hurt like hell, and I was like, man, I'm streaming. I'm trying to fight. I'm fighting, but man, my back is hurting. Man, came back and had to lay it on down.
He's sleeping,
bro. I was out. How long was I out, Yobi? Before I realized I can't. Whatever.
You are cooked,
bro. My back was killing me, and I was like, man, I got to keep streaming. And then I laid it down, I was drinking, and I laid it on down, bro. Oh man, I was having happy thoughts. Look at that
cooked.
That man. Look at that man. That man is man. Oh my God. You said I was out for like 10 minutes. God dang. Yo, you are disrespectful. Hold on to that.
I love it. That's phenomenal. I'm so happy. I asked Yobi in the chat. I was like, it's not a video. Where's the link at?
Oh my God.
He showed me. He sent me the link. So I'm happy I was patient and didn't just read off what he posted.
Oh man, I knew he said something. Look at your DMs, but I was over here like, oh, I'll check it out after the show. That man. Oh, and you just go keep it there. You just go keep it there like that. The king falls asleep on his. Yo, but you so disrespectful.
There it is. Yeah.
Oh, bro, our brother was out, man.
Yeah, you were cooked,
bro. I was cooked. My back was hurting like a motherfucker.
Look at that adjustment that you made right there. Like look at that. Look at that adjustment.
Can I make an adjustment? Let's see.
It looks like you.
Oh yeah,
look at that. Look at that little tilt right there.
Yeah, I was
thinking you were playing some Sea of Thieves in your head.
I know. I was playing something in my head. I was thinking that I was playing something while I was streaming. I'm sure, and then that man was not playing nothing. He was just letting people see. Oh man, that's the old house. Good grief!
Look at that tilt. That tilt. I can see you tilting. All right, man. We done with that right now.
Oh my God. Yeah, but that game is called Unbound Saga. It's it's actually a game that you can buy on the Series X and S right now as well. It's one of those games that got transferred over. I did not know that, but I seen that when I bought it, I seen that it was right there available. I said, "Oh, cool!" So good stuff.
Maybe we should just go back to this one.
That's okay. Cook Mega today. Cook them. I mean, I ain't even wearing the hat today. You know things is bad for the kid today, boy.
All right, man. So,
man.
Okay, Mega, I know that there is something in particular you want to talk about today, so go on ahead and take the lead on that one.
All right. Yeah. So I posted something the other day. And in regards to the Stellar Blade model. And yeah, Stellar Yams, her thickness in yams. And so they showed the model, really attractive lady. But there was something that I noticed right off the bat when they were showing her like her body, like they were doing the body model, like the pictures and stuff. And I was like, oh, this chick don't look nothing like Eve in the game. Like, I mean, well, is that Eve right there?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, Lord have mercy. No, she don't look nothing like that in real life. So there was somebody, and I said it is what it is. I'm not tripping about it. I just was just saying, look, that girl is a little narrow compared to what they did with Eve. So it is what it is. I was just pointing that out. Nothing, because there was somebody that was that posted, I think it was the PC whatever guy or people or whatever. And so I was just responding to that by saying, like, it is what it is, but you know, that girl is not the same as this model don't look anything like Eve. And so there was a lot of people that, you know, was agreeing, but there was a lot of people that was coming after me about it. And I was like, what do you know, like they were saying that I was I'm a virgin, that I was getting that. Why do you care? What, you know, is this the problem with you young age gamers? And I'm like, what the hell? I just said the girl just ain't built like Eve. You know, that's all I was saying, right? So anyway, going forward, I see another
snapper.
Yeah, right. Like I'm like, okay, I guess you just don't know. I'm 48 years old, been playing games since 1978. But okay, that's fine. I'm a young whippersnapper. That's fine. But
You're always young to somebody.
Yeah, I am. Well, Sir X-Man.
I know, right? Our resident senior.
Yeah, it's our resident senior. But anyway, shout out to Sir X-Man. But I seen another video yesterday.
Hero said her legs weren't shaped at all.
No, bro. Like she was narrow. Like I'm looking at the hips and stuff, and I'm like I said, she's an attractive woman. She is
an attractive woman. And as I said before the podcast, I was like, I mean, if you look at your typical models, whether it's American, Japanese, or whatnot, they're very slender.
Right.
For the most part. And yeah, I'm just not surprised.
No,
at all. And
I wasn't.
I don't think she looked bad. She just don't. She just looked like, you know, she got a little extra TLC when it came to the game.
Right, and that's where I was going to point out, because yesterday I seen something that was a little disturbing to me. Right, because there was a post of her. Of somebody posting her going up and down a ladder, Eve going up and down a ladder, and they were just focusing right on her.
Doing that too long, man.
And on her
living on that ladder.
Yeah, on her ass. And I'm like, I get it. She's thick, nice. But what was the thing that was disturbing was the bookmarks. It's over 10,000 bookmarks now. When I posted it, it was at 9,000. It's over 10,000 now. And that
power level is over 10,000.
Bro, the power level is over 10,000, man. And y'all dudes need to go outside and touch some grass and touch some ass. For real ass. And so my point was with what I wanted to talk about was that I'm all for creative freedom. I think that what the developers did with Eve, she's sexy, she's hot. Yes, I get all that, right? I want gamers to have that creative freedom to make whatever they want. But I now understand why there are advocates that are out there that are saying, look, we cool. We understand that you want to make a female character model or a character model of these type of people. But when you look at that model for what she looks like, and then you see that they add these enhancements to bring more attraction to the game for a certain audience. But then when you have these creepy ass people that's bookmarking, because we know what's going on. There's a lot of Jergens, lotion around. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty wild to me, right? And so the over sexualization of stuff, I can see why there's advocates. And so I wanted to get your thoughts on that, because I'm not saying that there shouldn't be games that shouldn't be like this, because I think that we should have more games like, like this, but we also need to have games where we see, a overweight, hero, man or woman, or, I'm saying we need more diversity in that. But is that it? But will people clown that, or will people sit there and will accept that? You see what I'm saying? Like, people are all mad and up in arms because, I guess Xbox has got a stipulation on how they want their female actresses to look or whatever. But when you see the things that is so creepy, where people over sexualize it like they do, I see the reasons why there's some advocates behind it. I don't know. What's your thoughts, brother?
Yeah. So as I said before, and I don't know who all agrees with me or if anybody even agrees with me. But before I even get into that, I wanted to just shout out Longhorn the Longhouse Gaming Podcast with Black Viking and all those guys. They got to interview Abubakar Salim.
Yes, that was really good.
Not that long ago, which I hope to get him on my show in the near future at some point. I'd love to. I'd love to be able to talk to the brother and whatnot. But yeah, shout out to the Black Viking and the crew over there at the Longhouse Gaming podcast, putting in the work, doing what they're doing. They're growing really fast over there. That's a nice little group right there that they got. An all brother podcast right there. Same thing that we got here, and I just don't ever take notice of it that much. But like, it's always nice to see other brothers and sisters out here doing doing what they got to do podcast wise, and showing off their image the best that they want to show it off. So shout out to them. Good job on the interview and whatnot. It was real nice. I watched the whole thing from beginning to end. I thought it was pretty hot. I learned a lot about him, and it gave me inspiration to whenever I happen to speak with him myself to maybe check my style a little bit, make sure I ain't biting and doing anything weird or whatnot. I like doing things my own way. So I just wanted to shout out them. But as for this specific question that you're asking me, K Mega, when it comes to like sexualization in games, and either there should be stipulations or not and whatnot. No, I don't think there should be any stipulations, but I do understand where there may need to be like a small group of people that just kind of, oversee and just make sure, maybe after like the second or third, sexualized character, maybe you want to throw in a little reality, right?
Right.
Like at the end of the day, I think it's always good to have some balance in there. A little bit of what to, be sought after for, and then, reality of what things are, just to keep you honest.
Yes.
Right. And that's why I'm not like an advocator or anything on it, but like when it comes to like things like Sweet Baby or anything like that, or, groups that feel the need to speak up about things that they don't feel is right, I do feel like there is a good space for something like that, as long as you can co-sign everything.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In somebody like Sweet Baby, they can't co-sign everything that they say because they're using negativity to try to get positivity, and that don't work.
Yeah. I would say that the oppressor, the oppressor, the people that are oppressed are now trying to be the oppressor, and that doesn't work. So but because I am for Sweet Baby Inc. I commend them for their work. I understand what they're doing it for. But I'm not going to get on here on the Loke rant or anything like that, but I do find it to be hypocritical that they're now trying to turn that ideology of what they're fighting against towards the same people that they're trying to fight against. And that doesn't make no sense to me. Like, you keep your head above water, go high on it, and just, give a reason of why you're doing it without trying to punch back so hard, because you're only going to have people be on the side of the people that you're trying to fight against.
100%. I mean, like I said, stand on what you say, believe in what you do. And when that person that was doing the whole Steam thing was sharing everything that Sweet Baby had worked on and whatnot, I didn't feel like there was anything fishy until they thought it was fishy.
Right.
And I'm just like, if you're part of these games, like, I know if my name was in the credits of a game, all over the place. I'm posting it.
Right.
I had some say in this game. I'm proud of it. If people are showing off that you were part of a game and you're telling people, hey, we had nothing to do with that. You're hiding something.
Facts.
And it's like mad uncomfortable. like, why are you denying things that we know you take that you took part of? You starting to look a little R. Kelly-ish right now. So that's all I got to say about that, brother. I think it's weird, but yeah, I mean, I do think there is a space for that, but it has to be ran by honest folks. Like just your regular honest folks. I don't like people that have too much of an agenda at stake.
Right.
When they're doing something like this, because this is affecting people, like people's real life, not just their job or whatnot, but just like the way that they think, the way that they continue to maneuver after being taught said lesson or something like that. So if you're going to teach people a lesson, you should probably teach them the lesson the right way the first time, so you don't have to go and try to reprogram a motherfucker after you teach them something fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because once you know, it's just like a baby. They don't know how to hate until you show them.
Yeah, no, and see, that's this thing too, and it goes into this also. There was a post from this one guy. It was this weekend, and I gotta, and I don't know the guy. He might be a great person or whatever, but he said something to the effect of, "I wish that he's showing Halo 3, and he was like, I remember these days." He says, "I used to." I wish that we could get back to those days. Those were the good old days when we could play online. And I'm looking at it, bro, and I'm like, word? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's this thing to where some people just don't get it. Like, there's
that's like the most Uncle Ruckus thing that you could fucking say.
Right. But it was a white dude that said it. So, you know what I'm saying? He, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, but there's other people that got their ass chewed out and disrespected on a daily when they got online.
Oh yeah, I was just talking about this the other day. Remember how vicious proximity chat was,
bro? Man,
like as soon as you kill somebody, you got to spit a quick sentence.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, if they caught any hint that you sounded like a minority in any sort. And don't be no woman either. Don't be a woman in gaming. Like, I'm in those parties. What are you talking about? Those were the good old days.
They used to lay it on you like a dagger to the heart,
bro. Man, I remember I was playing Halo. Actually, I was playing not ODST. I think it was Reach. And so I was online and we was playing and we won. And I was just like, oh man, that's what's up, And I was like, good win, guys. This was my own teammates. They were like, hey, are you an N-word? Are you the? I'm like, what? What did you just say? And it was like, oh man, we don't play with N-words. Are you kidding me? Bro, we in here been playing for the last hour, but I mean, I wasn't saying nothing until just that point. And then it was a really close match. And I'm like, so you mean that's what the good old days? Nah, bruh. No. See, and this is when I first started to get, and I was late to the online game on the Xbox. Like I was, kind of on that PlayStation tip, just kind of single playing it or just doing couch co-op stuff. But when I started to play games online, I went back to start playing older games and stuff like that online. And it was nothing, like, forget about the Call of Duty stuff, because that shit was wild. But any type of game that you would place against somebody, there was always somebody that was going to give some racist bullshit. So when people are here talking about, well, I want to go back to the golden days, I don't want to go back. That's the same thing when they say about that shit. And I'm not going to get into politics. You know how I love politics. But when people sit here and say, we need to take it back to the good old days, are you sure? I'm not going to drink from a blacks only water fountain. You got me fucked up. So we ain't trying to go back to the old days. We're trying to do better. And so what I think when the Sweet Babies and others out there are what they're trying to do is trying to bring some more, diversity. That's why I got my people in the back, Team Osiris. I could not believe when I was reading those Halo blogs of how disrespectful they were to Team Osiris. They were mad because Buck was not the leader of Team Osiris. They did not like Locke. They didn't like the women of color on that. And then they would go after Palmer, Spartan Palmer. Well, the way she talked to Chief, that bitch needs to be put in her place. What is wrong with y'all? This is
They're
y'all
forgetting that it's fiction.
right. It's fiction, bro. Master Chief is not real. I'm sorry. So no, I do not want to go to the good old days. I want these things to get better for all of us. I want more inclusion. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. But I do feel that going back to the topic about Eve, I want these, and that also includes, I want more games because this would be a game I'm going to buy day one on PC. It's my type of game, good hack and slash type of fun game to play. But what I want more diversity throughout. I don't care if you make a thick chick, you make a fat chick, you make a gay chick, you make whatever. Let's just stop bitching about it and just game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what I'm for. Like, let these people cook. Let the gaming industry figure it out finally. Because for so many years, me, you, and others of people of color has played as white men and women forever. And we didn't bitch about it. We didn't complain about it. We was like, man, we would like to play as somebody that looked at us other than a sports game. But you know what? We didn't trip about it. So why are y'all people tripping about this shit now? Like it almost to me is like you're oozing out your prejudice. And not saying that these people are all prejudiced, but it's like a little biggity type of feeling that where they feel like, oh well, they're stepping into our ego, so they're fucking with us a little bit. No, we're not. We're just, there's so many gamers out in the world now that are so different from what you think is normal. Let gaming be what it needs to be, universal and a melting pot, because that's what gamers are, is a melting pot.
Well, I'm going to add another piece of the subject to this here in a moment, but before I go into that, I just shout out to Anime Compilations.
It will be coming to PC.
Yeah, shout out to Anime Compilations. I haven't seen that name in the chat before, so I just want to shout them out.
Oh, shout out to
appreciate you for coming through. But Sapo says another character that was exaggerated to hell and back was the original Bayonetta.
Yes,
when that dropped, nobody cared because people were adults about it.
I agree. Bayonetta was hot. Like her, that's why I was mad about the voice actress, because she was perfect for that character to me. Like, she was great. She sounded sexy. She looked sexy. I'm all about sexy. Like, it's fine with me. I don't. Me and Don had a conversation the other day, Saturday, when we were streaming, and you know, he's against, you know, this whole, you know, what they're talking about, DEI, which that's a whole nother topic that I will not get into, and all this other stuff. And I'm like, man, you know, brother, you're tripping. But he's mad about what Xbox, their regulations. And I'm like, name me an Xbox game, an Xbox first party game that had an over sexualized character. And he said Cortana in 4. I said, that's 4. I said, that's it. But name me another one. Joanna, you know what I'm saying? Joanna Dark wasn't overly sexualized. Any other character is not over sexualized that they've brought out that's a first party title on Xbox. So why are people over here getting into this, getting out of pocket now? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, tell me what's the problem here? Like, if Xbox was throwing out characters that looked like Eve, and then they stopped, then that's a reason to argue about it. But Xbox has not had a first party title that had anybody that looked sexy, man nor woman. So, or looked like Eve or like a Dead or Alive character. You see what I'm saying? So if they haven't done that, so why complain about it, in my opinion? I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Man, I tell you what, my thoughts is that drip that I got right here is nice. That's the thoughts that I got right.
Well, I like the first outfit that you had her in, the
red one.
Yeah, that red one was nice on her.
Oh shit.
Oh, see, look at that. Man, that man cut off his camera and grabbed the Jergens. Lord have mercy.
Oh man. Hey man, why you calling me out right here, man?
Bro,
calling me out. You know my wife at work.
Man,
you know my wife at work and my daughter at school. Why you gonna say that?
That man all alone. That man. Oh man, he turned the Elgato on. Ladies and gentlemen, we might need to quit the show early. This man. You like that outfit? That red outfit that she had on was tough, but
I like that one. I like this one because it's just like I just like the color scheme.
Yeah, the color scheme is hot, but yeah. So
yeah, but and I put the glasses on it because I thought I always liked, you know, the the glasses and whatnot. I mean, I got a pair of shades myself. I like see-through glasses for some reason. I just like them.
Yeah.
Just clear glasses.
Mhm.
Whether whether you're blind or not, I just like those. I don't know.
Yeah. No. That's where they're going to make a lot of money on costumes. Like she's gonna have all different types of stuff. Man.
I know, right? They
Yeah,
should. I mean, they should. They should.
Hmm.
They should. Get it while the iron's hot. But like I said, like what you were talking about earlier, K-Maker, like as much as I love to watch, my gangster movies or like, I like to, sometimes watch history on YouTube of like, sometimes it's like history of like actual war and stuff like that. And other times it's like gang violence that happens in like the world and stuff like that. And I find that stuff interesting, but at the same time, your brother needs some balance. So every once in a while, I'll go back and, I'll watch a nice family show. It's just all about balance at the end of the day. And I feel like people really think it needs to be skewed in one way or the other. And it's just like, nah, man, it's just like eating food. I mean, you don't just eat one type of food. You got to have a balance of a bunch of different things if you want to remain healthy. So, I don't think any of this stuff is like over the top, but at the same time, I do feel like it's always good to have somebody with their ear to the ground and just, understanding what the people should kind of be seeing sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes, just a little reminder of reality. But anyways, the little side piece I want to talk about, because we talking about crazy shit and we're talking about just crazy shit in general, just being shown off, right? I want to get your thoughts on this. Well, I'm going to just go ahead and flat out say this is some bullshit.
Okay.
Right here. But I want to hear what you have to say about it. And I want to hear what some of the folks in the chat have to say about it. Because I thought that this was utterly embarrassing. I don't know why they did this with this IP. And it happens to not be a video game, but it's all the more important. Or it's just as important, and especially to our past and whatnot. Okay, Megan. Mm-hmm. Do you see what's on the screen right now?
Not yet. Yeah.
Can you tell me about how you feel when you seen this bullshit? Like, I'm sorry, but this is some bullshit.
Okay, so when they first was going through it, I was feeling it, right? Like I was like, okay. But when they did the drug dealer baby, I'm like, yo, y'all are going too wild with the tropes. And then like I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get a little they're trying to do the Boondocks. They're trying to try to hit that audience because the Boondocks is so wild, but the messaging of the Boondocks is there. It just so well done how the Boondocks was even done. I think that this is where they're trying to do. I'm going to have to watch an episode or two to get a full of it. But yeah, it is bullshit. It does full on tropes. It does disrespect. It does disrespect the Good Times show and the messaging of what that show tried to do.
That's the whole purpose that pisses me off, because if this show was called just something on its own, I probably still wouldn't love it.
Right.
Or like it. But at the same time, I don't feel like it'd be tarnishing anything in its
Yeah. No. And that's to me is where that the parts that makes it so disgusting. Is because Good Times was such a good message and an uplifting show for Black people, and this is kind of trying to give this thing of
like a destabilize.
Yeah, it was a stabilize. It was like, look, man, you could feel that show. Like even today, if anybody goes and look at Good Times, if they've never looked at it, and you can look at that and you see what it is. It's funny. It's still, what I'm saying, it's real life type of shit, but it's also. It's gripping because it's real life stuff, but it's done right. The writing was fantastic. Like TV sitcoms and shows back then during that era was unmatched. Like it's very few shows that can touch on those level of shows. When you go into the Archie Bunker and the spinoffs to that, to the Jeffersons, and then you go into like Good Times and All in the Family and like those shows.
What's the show with Red?
Yeah.
What's that show with Red?
With Red,
comedian Red.
Oh, Saffron and Son.
Yeah, Sanford and Son.
Yeah, Saffron and Son. Yeah, that's another show. Like those shows were unmatched. Like they just hit different. Like in the 70s, like in the late 60s, into the I would say until the end of the 80s. And like I mean, there's still good shows that came out in the 90s. Like I love Living Single, even though Living Single, Friends got their. You know how I picture like Friends and Living Single. I look at it the same way as I do New Edition and like the Backstreet Boys or NSYNC and stuff like that. Like New Edition had to crawl for NSYNC and Backstreet Boys to walk. It's the same thing with Living Single. Living Single had to crawl for Friends to walk. You know what I'm saying? So like it pisses me off when people say Friends
You
is
got
all this
me swanging.
You know what I'm saying? So that's,
Girl, you got me swanging.
but like you know, and they get the Golden Girls and Ma and all, like there was so many great TV shows, and maybe that's why I don't watch TV like that anymore, because it just, and I know that there's still some good stuff to watch, but it just doesn't hit. It doesn't impact me like these shows used to do. Like the Cosby Show. Oh my God! Like just think if the Cosby Show came out today, how many people would call that woke? And even and you know how I hate when people use that word, but would say it's DUI, it's part of this movement to this. The Cosby Show was perfect for us and for everybody, because it was just a universal show of showing people that hasn't seen
Is that balance I was talking about?
that balance, right? Like, and whatever you think about Bill Cosby or whatever, that's fine. But that show meant a lot to me and my family. And then A Different World on top of that, man, that was a spinoff to the Cosby Show. But this, yeah, on that level where it's trying to be the spinoff to the original Good Times is atrocious. It's trash. It shouldn't be. If it was his own show, then yes. But I think what they want to do is, like I said, try to do the Boondocks thing. But I think well, I don't think, I know that it's not going to land very well, because I've seen a lot of people talk shit about it. And like I said, the drug dealing baby, it just makes me sick. And on top of that, like if dude, I don't know. I just got to watch a couple of episodes just to get a feel to see if it's going to have a good message, or is it just going to be raunchy trash that just shits on what the original Good Times was. So no, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan. I'm not
not just from what I watched, but I almost got slightly offended a little bit.
Yeah.
Like when I felt like when I was watching it, and I mean, and I'm not somebody that, like, when I get offended by something, I just don't give it any attention.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I feel like some people, when they get offended, they give something too much attention, then it gets bigger than what it should be, when it should just like kind of just go the fuck away. Like,
yeah.
Like we need to usher this into the exit.
Yeah.
But what I really didn't enjoy is seeing that Seth MacFarlane was like the main guy for it. So then when you look at the baby and you see the way the baby's acting and stuff like that, it's like, oh, that's Stewie, but a gangster. Yeah. And I'm just like, yo, it just felt like,
oh, Seth MacFarlane is the creator of this show.
Yeah, I believe so. Let me look it up real quick, because I don't want to be wrong.
Come on, Seth. I love Family Guy. I love
Family Guy is great.
American Dad, but you know what? That
was in its own lane,
right?
Yeah, Seth MacFarlane, Good Times. Let's see.
I'll check those out, Yobi. I've heard a lot of good things about Bel Air. The trailers never got me invested. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I did watch a couple of episodes of Black Lightning. I've never been a fan of the WB shows. I've heard good things about Black Lightning. I know that people that swear about The Flash, but I don't know. It just I don't know. I guess I'm kind of a.
I thought The Flash was pretty good.
Yeah, and people
it's cheesy, but it was
like that. Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't know if I want to do the cheese. Like I just, I want to have better production.
So I'm just gonna check out this article real quick. It just says, and it's by Hollywood, HollywoodReporter.com. It says, Dynamite Netflix reveal Dynamite. Netflix reveals raunchy trailer for Good Times reboot. That's not a good title.
That's not.
That's not. But the thing is they're not wrong.
No, it is raunchy. It's tasteless.
It's 100% raunchy, but that's not what you should think about when you think about Good Time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, the article goes to say Netflix has unspooled the trailer for its upcoming animated reboot of Norman Lear's beloved sitcom Good Times. The raunchy R-rated trailer reveals a new look at the Evans family through the eyes of executive producer Seth MacFarlane.
Come on, Seth.
And showrunner Rhonda Shepherd. The series features a voice cast that includes JB Smooth, Reggie, Yvette, Nicole Brown, Beverly, Jay Farrow Jr., Marcy Martin Gray, Gerald Slink Johnson, that is Dalvin, and Rashinda Sheeds. Alyawana, I don't know, Walla or something like that. Lashes by Lisa. Mm-hmm. It says, here's the official log line per Netflix. An animated reboot of Norman Lear's series finds the latest generation of the Evans family cab driver Reggie and his wife, the ever aspirational Beverly, scratching and surviving in one of the last remaining housing projects in Chicago, along with their teenage son, Junior, activist daughter. It's just
it's kind of like a blend of
I'm reading this and I'm like, I see what you guys are doing, and I don't like it.
Yeah, no, I don't like it either. Like it's like a blend of Family Guy and American Dad. And but you're doing like you said, if they did this like it's a separate its own show, okay, fine. You know what I'm saying? Like I can dig it, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever, but that's the problem now. Like,
ooh, K-Mega, let me finish this, brother.
Oh, please. I'm sorry. So go ahead.
Let me finish this, brother, because you need to hear the rest of this.
Oh my God.
All right. So it says Beverly scratching and surviving in one of the last remaining housing projects in Chicago, along with their teenage artist son. So he's an artist, he's a rapper. And then we got Junior, the activist daughter. Okay, so the son's name is Junior, and then the activist daughter, Gray, and drug dealing infant son, Dalvin. It turns into the more things change, the more they stay the same, in keeping your head above water in a system with its knees on your neck as its This is hard to finish. This is frustrating to read. It says, knee on your neck is as challenging as ever. The only thing tougher than life is love. But in this family, there is more than enough to go around. The late and great Lear blessed the series, and did he? Because he can't talk about it now.
Yeah, late and great.
Yeah, but bless the series, and I mean, because this is like, I can only imagine like this being like, I don't know, Dragon's Dogma when it came out, or Gran Turismo when it came out, where it's like, oh, you got blessed, and then after it came out, then microtransactions came out, and you're like, oh,
right,
that's what you're really doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I feel like maybe it got blessed before it got completely understood.
Right. Like his blessing was that, hey, we want to do a Good Times spinoff, and it's going to be animated, but this is what we want to do. We want to get your blessings. Oh, sure, cool. It wasn't.
And we're gonna do an animated comedy, so we can go a little more over the top, but not too over the top. And then they went way the fuck over the top. But it says exec producer on the animated take through his Act 3 Productions banner, which remains based at Sony Pictures Television. Exec producer also include Brent Miller, Act 3 Productions, Steph Curry, Eric Payton, and Jerron Smith. Unanimous Media and McFarlane and Erica Huggins, Fuzzy Door. The 10-episode first season will debut April 12th on Netflix. So there you have it, you guys. You get this on April 12th.
That's time to drink water.
Next a little over a week away from today, and I can tell you right now that I'm interested in looking at it just to kind of shake my head as I look at it, because it's just kind of icky in a way.
No, it is definitely icky. I don't.
But what do you think after I read that last part where you see, I mean, right here where they're talking about each of the characters, and they definitely gotta, make sure they talk about Anne, drug dealing infant son Dalvin.
Yeah, no, that was the thing that turned me off the most. Was I'm like, what? Why has he got to be a drug dealer? Now, if you had a drug dealer in the show that was not in the family, that was like on the streets, and since his family still lives in the projects, okay, I get that, and I can rock with that, because it is what it is. But the family, like it just shits on the legacy of Good Times and what James Evan and his wife did with their kids. Like, where you know what I'm saying? Which one of those was it? Thelma? Was it JJ? You know what I'm saying? Was it the youngest son that failed? You know what I'm saying? James Evans. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? Like, I don't know. So it just why we can't have another uplifting show like the Cosbys. You know what I'm saying? Why we can't have that again?
I gotta ask you real quick, K Mega. What do you feel like? And this is like a brother to brother question. This is a black folks question right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, whatever in the chat. I mean, if you're a brother in the chat, I want you to kind of think about this for yourself, or answer this question for me. What do you think about not only seeing that and then feeling the way that you do, but knowing that they have so many like black co-signers for something that doesn't feel like it's appropriate?
It's
like they put in big letters Steph Curry on the front of it, and I was like, I see what y'all do.
Right. Yeah, they're trying to promote it, and then Seth MacFarlane and the people that's writing it and doing all this other stuff, and then the black actor voice actors and actresses that's in there as well. Like Wanda Sykes, I think, is also is one of the characters or whatever. It kind of just shows in a way that some of us has lost our way of knowing what our ancestors has fought so damn hard for. And more people are more into the bullshit, and to find out what's going on with Diddy, a billionaire, or Taylor Swift, another billionaire, and all these other billionaires that's out there, and millionaires and billionaires. You too busy worrying about they shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck about Drake's beef with Travis Scott and Kendrick Lamar. They all millionaires. They make yeah. I don't give a fuck about all that. You know what I'm saying? I want something that's more. That's what I'm saying. Like, people tend to forget their way of what we were raised on. Now, again, how households was teaching their families or whatever. But I know how my mom taught me. I know how my aunties and my great grandmother and grandfathers and all of that uncles has taught me. I will never forget that, and I'll pass that down to my kids. So it's like, to me, like, man, yeah, no, this shit is. If somebody came to me, if I was a person that was wanting to invest in money into something, and then I looked at it and they said they offered this to me, like, the script just got to be right in order for me to understand it. So, like I said, there still could be a possibility that this show has a message. I would hope so, but if it's just how it looks like on the surface, I would say, get this shit out of my face, man. How you gonna disrespect me and want my money for this garbage, especially knowing the history of Good Times? Get this shit out of my face. So no, it's like I said, like, there's a lot of people seeing that they've lost their way. We don't know how this show is going to turn out. Like I said, it could be a positive, it has a positive messaging behind it. I hope it does. But if it's just to try to be funny and give shock and awe, it is an absolute. It's absolutely disgusting. And Seth MacFarlane, you should be ashamed of yourself. But like I said, We ain't seen it
Steph
yet.
Curry too.
Yeah, well, Steph Curry
Are
too.
you co-signing stuff without looking at?
Right. Well, because it's just money to make money, just But yeah, no, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It seems like a lot of us has lost our way. Brother to brother talking, a lot of us has lost our way, and we got to get that shit back. Like when you got brothers and sisters out here saying the word woke when they don't know the history of where woke come from, I know that we're in a fucked up position right now. People are too busy into the right now and wanting to get attention to look like they like they know what they're talking about instead of understanding their history. And that shit is tragic for us.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, I want to kind of hop off that topic.
Yeah. That's infuriating, man.
It's just not fun to really keep up on or whatnot. But let's talk about now, like brother, have you ran across any other news for today? Because I tell you, man, today I feel like April Fool's is like the worst day.
Yeah.
To be like any sort of news reporting or, I even took advantage of it, having a good time with it and whatnot. So is there anything that you would like to really share, K-Meg? Because this is probably going to be one of our shorter shows.
Yeah, no. Man. Not too much. I really don't. I'm looking through right now. I think I'm hearing, okay, real quick, because I don't know, did you ever play XDefiant?
No, but I know what that is. You're talking about the like Call of Duty like game from Ubisoft.
Yeah. That they're talking about the work environment, the culture, you know what I'm saying, and crunch and all that stuff, and then of course all these delays. You know what, the crunch thing, I'm kind of tired of. You know what I'm saying? For somebody who's worked 10, 16 hours a day for years, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to hear about people saying, well, I want to work 32 hours a week and then go home, because I don't know that life. I mean, I know this life that I got now, but that's because I got hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, but the life that I was doing when I was working mad hours every day, sometimes 6 days a week, you know what I'm saying? Especially towards the end of my mixing career, construction and shit. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I can work 32 hours a week, I ain't bitching about nothing. Or if I'm just working a regular 40-hour shift, I ain't bitching about nothing. So like, so I don't know about the crunch thing, but the toxic culture, that's not, I'm happy that people are trying to call that stuff out now, because nobody should work in an environment to where they feel stressed. But I feel to a degree that work itself is just stressful at times. So, I mean, is it like, I don't know what today's toxic work environment means. I know what it used to mean, and that's not acceptable. But I don't know. What's your thoughts? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, XDefiant is going to have a hard time anyway trying to compete with Call of Duty. It should just stay in its lane, because it's not a bad game at all. I know that, for people who's played it or whatever, you can't really talk about it or whatever, but I will say it's not a bad game at all. I think it has a place, but it's trying too hard, in my opinion, to be like Call of Duty. Just stay in your own lane, but you can't have a bad work environment and think that you're going to get good results from it. Those days are over. What's your thoughts?
I mean, I had to show this off real quick.
Okay.
Let me zoom in on it just so people can read and see it. But it got the Asus ROG Ally for $299 at Best Buy right now, which is a hell of a good deal if anybody's looking to do that. But yes, Raichi XDefiant does still exist.
It does.
They're still working on that game, and supposedly, as K-Mega was kind of alluding to, they have delayed the game because they're trying to pretty much make it more like Call of Duty. So people will want to stick around for it. And in my opinion, doing stuff like that is the opposite of what you want to hear. Especially if you're excited for that kind of game, you may want it to kind of stand on its own 2 feet and try to figure things out instead of trying to, walk behind Call of Duty, because how are you ever going to be better than Call of Duty if you're just walking right behind?
You're not. That's the problem. You're not. So it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any
Because
sense.
as soon as you figure out their formula, they got a new one.
Yeah, COD changes up on you, man. COD is an unremovable force. It is. I used to think that, like, you know, Battlefield had the opportunity to put the boot to the ass of Call of Duty, but Battlefield kept shit in the bed. So now it's just, now Call of Duty is in its own lane. It's never going to change. It's Xboxes now. I love that. And so the reality of it is you listen, just make the best game that you can make and hope for the best. Stop trying to, you know, I mean, I see what you're trying to do, and hopefully that, and like I said, it's a good game. It's fun. Leave it at that. Stop trying to do it, because what you're going to do for anybody who had excitement for it, and there were some people that I've seen that was playing it when you got into the blogs and into the Discords, and you were seeing people, they were talking about it highly, because like I said, it's enjoyable. But you keep on delaying this stuff, it's going to turn out just like Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones came and it's already went. Nobody's talking about Skull and Bones, and Skull and Bones is not a bad game. But when you keep delaying, it's only going to, the inevitable is going to happen. People are just going to move on. There's too many games out today that people can sink their teeth into and have a good time with, than waiting on you to get something out. And then when it comes out, it doesn't live up to the expectations. And there you have it.
They damn near delayed Skull and Bones into oblivion with freaking Sea of Thieves ended up going to PlayStation damn near the same time.
Yeah, bro, they killed it. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's the worst news they possibly could get. Like, Sea of Thieves, the game that they were trying to rival, is now on PlayStation, or about to be on PlayStation. They could.
Yeah. So they took your chips. They took your chip. Oh man, that's tragic. But shout out to Sir X Man with the $2 super chat. He was talking about the last topic that we were just talking about. You know, Sir X Man a little slow, but it's all it's all good. I love it, brother.
I got one more thing, because I think this is more important than the X Defiant stuff. Your thoughts about the Take Two getting a Gearbox?
1 second, I'll get right into that after I read the super chat from Sir X Man, because I mean that is mad interesting. But Sir X Man says it would be an outrage if Brady Bunch was like that.
True.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. I wouldn't want to see the Brady Bunch like that.
I mean, it'd be weird, right?
Yeah. It'd be distasteful. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Marsha selling ass. Oh shit.
I might watch that.
Marsha
out there been thoughting, boy. Let's go. Shit. Anyway, yeah, no.
But anyways, as for Gearbox getting purchased up by Take Two from Embracer, I mean, that's like a match made in heaven, if you ask me. Especially seeing how they've been working in tandem for years with like Borderlands and stuff like that, right? Like Gearbox was getting published left and right by Rockstar, and or not Rockstar, but like Take Two. Whatnot, 2K. So I mean, I'm happy to see it. I'm hoping that they really go Take Two Rockstar with it, right? Like, because I want to see. I don't want to see what I've seen with like Tiny Tina's. I want to see Borderlands be Borderlands, where it's like it is like the game was made off of being raunchy. And wild and extra, unlike Good Times, right? Like the game was.
That's the new joke right now. Good Times,
right? So yeah, that game was made off of being wild and like insane. Like I remember meeting Tiny Tina the first time. The Tiny Tina that I met in Borderlands 2 is not the same Tiny Tina that I'm kicking it with in Tiny Tina's Wonderland and whatnot. I know it's technically the same character, but just the way that it's written isn't as exciting and wild and whimsical. I felt like it is a little like, definitely not going to say like woke or anything, but it was a little bit on like just like the kind of boring, like, I don't know, vanilla side of things, where it wasn't like as explosive, wild. And like, I felt like Tina in Borderlands 2, you almost had to look over your own shoulder because she was just a wild child.
She was wild. Yeah.
But in Wonderland, it was just like she's just telling the story, and it's like trying to be cute, but not.
Okay, so yeah, I got it, but I haven't played it yet. So yeah, and
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people talk positive about
it's like the fundamentals of the game itself, like shooting and doing all that stuff, the RPG elements. Some of that stuff is really dope. I can't lie, some of it's really dope, but like the whole like Monopoly board kind of thing when you're running around and like some of the storytelling elements, nah, man, it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me at all. Like it was one of those games that like I beat it and I didn't realize I was at the end because I was just trying to speed my way through because I didn't like it.
See.
I was just like, oh, it's over. That's good.
Yeah, that's not a good look. That's not a good look at all. When you play it,
it wasn't.
Like,
it wasn't. But what do you think about the whole Gearbox and Take-Two thing and whatnot? Because I mean, you obviously brought it up for a reason. You must have some thoughts on it.
Well, no, I just think I think it's a good look. I mean that of course, for we don't have drawn we don't have JT here. So
TJ.
So I will go ahead and I'll say it for him. Like I would like Microsoft to acquire them, but
we got rid of him for the day. But is in spirit of drawn TJ.
Yeah, in spirit of drawn TJ. But the reality of it is that they're in a really good spot, really good place, and that just kind of shows you where 2K is. 2K is in a league of its own as a because they have one of the biggest games out there in Grand Theft Auto. So you add them, Gearbox is going to, make whatever that they want. There are going to be no stipulations, no regulations. So I just think it's a really good look for them. Now,
I got a question on top of the question, if you're ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to ask you, what do you think about the idea of Take-Two growing alone? And what that could mean in the future for gaming, seeing that they're a third-party publisher?
Dangerous, because I mean, let's not get it twisted. What they've done with NBA 2K is kind of atrocious. What they did with Grand Theft Auto 5 was atrocious. What they did to gamers with the Grand Theft Auto trilogy was atrocious.
Yeah, it was really tragic.
Yeah, that's tragic. But they produce great content. And there's no doubt about it. They got some of the best developers out there. Like, I mean, you cannot deny 2K's their developers, what they produce, their games speak for themselves. Like, even though I feel the direction of what they've done with NBA 2K and the fact of gaining money is a problem, but the gameplay of NBA 2K is top notch. For what they did with Grand Theft Auto, the gameplay is top notch. When they bring out this remake of Max Payne 1 and 2, that shit's going to be top notch. You know what I'm saying? So, but they're going to hit just what they're going to bring with Borderlands. They're going to hit us over our head with microtransactions, and they're going to get to a point to where they're going to get to their dream of trying to sell games at $80 a pop for standard editions. And at that point, that's where gamers is going to have to make a decision if that is 2K games that important, because gamers will do that for Grand Theft Auto. I don't think that they would do that for Borderlands. Gamers will do it for NBA 2K, but I don't know if but if they do this and Grand Theft Auto sells like hotcakes, then the industry is going to follow suit. PlayStation is going to be right behind them. EA is going to be right behind them to try to pull that $80 standard. So, like I said, it's good for getting high quality games, but it's dangerous for the consumer because they are about that money.
Yeah, shout out to Stanley Francois. He said, "Hey Ham, have you seen Ark Survival Ascended? Is in Game Pass."
Oh,
bro, I bought that game twice already. I have it on Steam and I got it on Xbox. So being in Game Pass is really cool. I mean, anybody, if y'all willing to play that game, hit your boy up. If you don't know how to play that game, I can give you a tutorial and get you get you pushing on that game because that game don't tell you shit. It don't really tell you nothing about how to play it. So if you need somebody to hop in and be part of the team, I can come through and help out for sure. But what I really wanted to touch upon was what PlayStation Destruction just said, because I know K-Mega likes the messy. He likes the messy. He basks in the messy. I mean, if his camera, hey sweetie, if the camera broke right now, he might be drowning himself in some Henny. So
yeah, you're right.
We don't know.
No. I ain't drowning. No, I ain't doing no drinking. Only drinking I'm drinking is water and
keep
coffee.
that shit away from me.
Yeah, keep that liquor away from me. I'm done. I'm done for a while.
But anyways, PlayStation Destruction went on to say that Predator Hunting Ground coming to Xbox, another Sony exclusive coming to Xbox. K-Mega, going ahead and you're saying come here. So I'm going ahead. So please go ahead and take this and run with it. I'm going to go say what's up to my daughter. She just walked home from school.
No doubt. Yeah, I saw her, man. Tell her I said hello. I love it. I love it. Where's the PlayStation outrage? Where is the that was a PlayStation exclusive. Where are the Xbox the neutral Xbox gamers that was so adamant and so upset about these games coming over and not praising the fact that these games are this once exclusive is over here now. It's going to be coming to Xbox, even though the game is probably not very good. It doesn't look very good. I'm not interested in it, but I will be. And if that game comes to Game Pass, I will definitely download it, and I will be glad to show that gameplay off. So I like it. And it just comes to show the reality of what the PlayStation's ridiculous messaging and what they do and how they do it. It just shows, like, if you just wait long enough, you'll get those games. And just like Stellar Blade, it's coming to Xbox. It will come to Xbox. The Final Fantasies will come to Xbox. Now, there was a point that I did concede on GRG and saying, well, I don't think it's ever going to come. And now, now I'm seeing the reality. I should have just stuck with my guns from the original point that I said, is that it will eventually come to Xbox. And yes, the Final Fantasies will come to Xbox. And so I can't think of the name of the game right now. But because I want to say Forbidden West, and that's not Forbidden West. I'm not saying the Horizon's not going to be coming to Xbox. But the other Square Enix game that PlayStation people didn't buy. And where's those numbers? I'm still waiting for those Final Fantasy VII Rebirth numbers. Why is those numbers not out yet? But regardless, I'm really happy about it. Good.
You unsummoned this man.
I'm happy. I'm happy about it.
You summoned John TJ.
There we go, Taji. Let's go.
John TJ with the $5 super chat slide, and then for your boys right now. What's cracking, John TJ? Good to see. You see, K-Mega just summoned you a little bit ago. Because I don't even want to tell him what you said. Because all he's gonna be doing is nodding and quick to hit the keyboard and message you back, being like, "True that, K-Mega. True that."
Yeah, I do.
But John TJ says, what's up, guys? Everyone, please hit the like button. Yes, please hit the like button. You guys, I appreciate it. Share this out. Let everybody know that we're live doing the damn thing. But anyways, he says Steam on Xbox means why own a PlayStation? LOL. Mad disrespectful.
Facts.
But that's John TJ. But John TJ, check this out. K-Mega just a moment ago, when you didn't know he was summoning you, and you just, I don't know, your nose started itching or something like that, and you're like, nah, man, let me see what Ham Solo and K-Mega up to on the crossover real quick. He said that he's like, I know John TJ isn't here right now, but like, I wouldn't mind getting Take Two. And like, I was just like, here we fucking go. Like, I was like, John TJ ain't here. And you brought the spirit of TJ in the house. And then, of course, he summons himself out. Like I felt like, you use the frill thing, what's it called up in Elden Ring? Like the furled finger.
Oh, yeah, the finger, yeah.
Yeah, that little thing right there. Woo! Call me.
This finger's crooked right here. Broke this finger. But anyway, but yeah, no, that's crazy. Yeah. But no, I like it. And it just comes to show. And I was reading this thing from who put it, Richilli. He said PlayStation's third-party deals have been very strong this gen. Xbox should do the same or buy Square Enix. But see, this is the elephant in the room. Let's say Xbox did have strong third-party deals. People would still bitch. People would still bitch. That's the thing. Well, they got these third-party. Where's the first-party games?
Right. That's what it was just a couple years ago.
Just a couple of years ago, because 2022, Xbox had great third-party games.
Before it was Xbox has no games, Xbox has no first-party games, and now that they have first-party games, Xbox has no third-party exclusive.
It never fails. Like they do got third-party games. Look at the games that's on Game Pass.
Although we literally just got Power Worlds, which just wrecked everything.
Wrecked everything. Poor. Both times Horizon Forbidden West has got cooked by third-party titles. got wrecked by Elden Ring. Got wrecked by Dragon's Dogma. But again,
and Link.
Yeah, and Link. And so, but again, it's one of these things to where you keep saying, what are you talking about? Look at the games that's in Game Pass. Those are third-party deals. So, I mean, are you talking about in the sense of that Xbox needs to hold these games exclusive? Then you'll bitch about when that game arrives to PlayStation in a year or two, saying why they didn't hold on to it, why they didn't buy that studio. And then if they do buy Square Enix, you know that Xbox is going to let Square Enix hit the streets. They're going to be about the streets. They're going to be on PlayStation. But to me, as a business,
Xbox will get Liza P. Shout out to Jax82. Xbox will get Liza P. into the service, and people will be like, "I'd rather buy my game,"
right?
And like trying to downplay that I just got the opportunity,
right,
for a subscription price, like the energy that goes into downplaying or just trying to find an excuse for Xbox being bad. Yeah. I mean, it's literally like a drug for people. It's like a drug for people. And I'm starting to notice that my co-host got the itis. Now I'm not talking about K-Mega. I'm talking about Loke. Yeah. If you haven't heard Loke as of lately talking, he's been talking a whole lot about Xbox third party this. What if Xbox can't make it out the mud? Xbox this, Xbox got a problem that. And I'm just like, yo, you got caught up in the sauce. And every time I try to tell him like you're caught up in this, he's like, no, I'm just being realist, right? I'm just being a realist. I'm just, I need these companies to work for me. I don't work for these companies. Like, he's like saying all this stuff, which I love my brother Luke. I love it. Yeah, that's my boy. Shout out to him. We're doing a show tomorrow, and I will be giving them the same smoke there because I don't got a problem talking behind his back, but I also talk in front of it. Like it don't matter either way. Just like K-Mega when it goes with the smoke about Tekken and stuff like that.
Oh my God!
I will talk behind his back when I know he napping and he in a liquor status that he can't move in right now.
He won't play me. He won't play me when I do Fight Night tonight. Sober.
Yeah, we gonna play Fight Night tonight. That's just fine, and I don't care if I don't win a goddamn match because you know what? I got harangued that sat on brothers back. Like so. I'm all set, brother. Yeah, we all set, bro. We all set. Like yeah. This right here, I will never forget it. Never.
Oh my God, that's fine. Good shit. That's good shit. I deserve to get cooked for that. I should not have. I shouldn't have. I should have just.
If if the Germans were drunk and the French attacked during World War II, they wouldn't say, "Oh, that was unfair." They said they caught your ass slipping.
Oh yeah, no, I ain't said it's unfair. One time, I said I got caught. I got too lit. That Hennessy was talking like a motherfucker. Boy, it got me good. But
anyway, shit, legendary Yobi says I get off of work around 11. I'll join y'all if
I'll do fight night. I'll start Fight Night at 10 o'clock tonight.
Man, I want to fight Yobi. I know I'm gonna get wrecked.
Yeah, Yobi ain't show no remorse. You know what I'm saying?
No, and that's what I like.
Yeah,
I'd rather because you all night I'm a hold back, man. I hit random.
I just hit
don't
random
wanna
the whole
pick my
time.
favorite
Yeah.
character. I don't want to.
You don't want that
you
work.
like
Yobi can tell
that.
you if I pick my favorite characters, I that means that it's time to get busy. So and when you got me though, you got me. I can't. You know what I'm saying. Every dog has their day, and you're a
You
mutt.
picked
and you got
Kazuya after that, and it was a fucking problem.
I'm mad you beat me. I said, "Oh, let's get some focus here. Let's get some focus. I beat your ass." But anyway,
Yeah. The first match after I beat you, I had to sneak in a jab because the motherfucker was about to perfect me. I was he's pissed right now. Let's go.
I did no more talking. I said, "Hell no, I ain't doing no more talking." He got me. But I want to finish my point on this, and then we can get out of here. Is that Xbox is when people are saying when you said that Loke said that Xbox is in the mud, are they really in the mud? I mean, when you look at when there was all this talk about Xbox was getting outsold 10-1 in Europe by PlayStation, the reality came out to where there was more PlayStation 4s bought than PlayStation 5s, and it's like 2.5 to let's say 3-1. It wasn't 10-1. And if Xbox number and what is the Xbox the series look like being sold compared to what the Xbox One is being sold? And if Xbox is still on pace, if they might be a little bit behind, but if they're still on pace to get to where they're going to sell their 60 million consoles, then they're not in the mud. They're at where they are. It's what I've told people is that Xbox is capped. These consoles are capped. PlayStation is gone so far to put themselves in a weird position is that they're even now they're inflating their PlayStation 2 numbers because they know that the Switch is going to outsell the PlayStation 2. So what does that tell you, right? Like consoles are not selling like they used to. The gaming market is bigger than it's ever been, but consoles is looked at like the old for the old guard. There's even people that's these younger kids that's looking at PCs as for old people. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's handhelds is the thing of the future. I never thought that I would say that, but it is. It's reality. And cell phones are the way to the future. And way that you can play games on the go and things like that, that is the future, man. So if Xbox is in the mud and they're going to sell around the same or exactly the same amount of Xboxes like they did with the Xbox One, they're not in the mud. That's just their fan base and what they're going to sell with Xbox. But that still doesn't mean that that's chopped liver. Hell, 60 million consoles sold is insane. That's a lot. Now, if you're talking about that Xbox is going to stay at 30 million for the whole entire generation, then you're talking about, okay, yeah, that doesn't look very good. But that's not the case. And they're making money hand over fist on all the different ways that they're that they're making their moves by putting certain games on other platforms, by Game Pass subscriptions, all of that. Like, I don't understand it, but yeah, you're right. If you get Steam on Xbox, which that's something that I've been saying that's the end game for Xbox on trying to acquire Steam at some point. But if you can get that in the Epic Store on there, yeah, if you're an Xbox gamer, there is no need for a PlayStation. And if PlayStation can, and I'm sure Xbox would work with Sony if Sony would, because that would be the perfect reason for Sony.
Really, if you got really, if you're a fan of Xbox and you got a PC, it's starting to become more like that, where it's like you don't need a PlayStation, and it's the exact same way the other way around.
The other way around, right?
And as much as people like to make that seem like a problem, like I love it, right? Like I'll never understand why it's a problem for a game to have access in more places, especially when I'm not getting paid by any of these places.
Right.
If y'all got more access and I have the devices in which you're giving more access to, I'm saying keep going. I'm just saying, let's see how deep this can go. Like the only things that are kind of weird, and it'll be weird forever, is like when a PlayStation game goes to Xbox, or when an Xbox game goes to PlayStation, a first party game, right? It's still it's weird, but although although it's weird, it's still like kind of like I know people are gonna disagree with this, but it's kind of nice, you know, because like when I went to PAX and I was talking to them fools about Tekken, and none of us were on the same platform. It was nice. It was nice just talking about the game and just how dope the game was, and what we liked about it, and why I'm not as good as you. Yada yada, yeah. Like that's where the beef was. The beef was like me talking about skill versus your skill,
right,
or something like that. It wasn't like your favorite platform that you're not getting paid by isn't making as much as my favorite platform that I'm getting paid by. So, so I mean, it sounds weird saying still that, oh, whatever. Like if a PlayStation game goes to Xbox, whatever. We already see it with MLB The Show. Sure, the contractual agreements may have been different, but it's still it's still the fact of the matter that a Sony studio is making a game for Xbox. That's still the fact at the end of the day. Whether you want to say how they did it or how they got to that situation, whatever. It's still the same thing. It's just like, you know, a person being in jail. It doesn't matter if you got a DUI or if you shot somebody. Motherfucker, you're in jail.
That's right.
Regardless, you're in the same fucking place as the other dude that did something dumb. So it's not that big of a deal to me. And you know, whatchamacallit just got done talking about PlayStation Destruction just got done talking about how what was that game called? Predators.
Yeah.
Predator Hunting Grounds is coming to Xbox. I mean, and I know that's not like a first party title from Sony or anything, but we already know of a first party title coming. And I feel like it's nuts that people are just glossing right the fuck over that as if it's not a big deal. But we already know about Marathon coming.
Right.
You know? And the way that, you know, PlayStation Studios has been going, it's like, are y'all sure y'all can afford to even do that shit right now? Because it's looking weird. So, I mean, I feel like it's weird that people are like so quick to question Xbox about some of their decisions, although their decisions are primarily, and what they're doing is flat out getting them bank. They're not dying from these decisions. They're growing from these decisions. And it's nuts that people are making a problem out of that. Meanwhile, you know, on PlayStation, which I'm excited to see what they're cooking with Stellar Blade and to see what they got for the rest of the year. I'm excited for the VR to going to PC and whatnot. But like we're worried about Xbox and what they're doing while PlayStation just shut down some studios. The VR thing that I'm excited about, I'm sure they didn't anticipate or don't really exactly want, or else they would have had it come to PC day one.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just like Rome is, you know, Rome may not be falling exactly, but Rome has definitely got a black eye right now. And we're looking over at the unscathed person saying, why are you making friends with all these people?
Right.
Why are you making friends with the person with a black eye right now? And I'm over here like, why aren't y'all taking care of the person with the black eye?
Right. That's the biggest problem, and it makes no sense. Like that's why it does infuriate me. Like I'm reading what Richilli just said, and I agree with that as well. He says something that I find sad is each time a game skips Xbox, there's always those who said Xbox doesn't need that Wii game, and I don't. And you know what I'm saying, and I don't like
that's
that.
Stupid too.
Yeah, that is stupid. And I always like back when I first started doing content creating, and was jumping on and was on podcasts. And then the one thing that was talked about the most from a lot of Xbox gamers was, oh, I don't play Japanese games. I don't care about those Japanese games and this and that. And now you hear all this, where are these games at? We don't have them. You were saying to that's what I'm saying. These content creators where Xbox is listened to, has pushed Xbox to, they doomed Xbox, the Xbox One generation, because Xbox was over here listening to them. I don't want all these things. I don't want TV. I don't want all this. The Kinect needs to go and all that shit, right? And
Right.
so it's gone. All I want is a console. And then PlayStation's doing what Xbox was doing, right? And nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying nothing. The fact of it is what I've said before. Xbox needs to do what they need to do and not listen to anybody anymore. Just do it. Just do what you got to do to preserve that brand so I can keep continuing to buy Xboxes, so I can keep playing games on that ecosystem, because I'm an Xbox guy. I'm not here. I may not like games going over to other platforms. That's something that I will never get over as an older gamer, because I do feel that exclusives are important, but I understand it. But it ain't going to stop me from being an Xbox fan. It's not going to make me be one of these weirdos that sit here and say, I sold my Xbox today. Fine, blocked. I don't need to see what you got to say anymore. If you're not an Xbox person, if you was a PlayStation person, fine. If you was a PC and Nintendo person, fine. But if you was an Xbox person and now you over here think that I want to read your bullshit ass comments now after you sit here and got mad because of something that you have no control of, but you're getting all these games now, you got the best console available out right now until we see what the PlayStation Pro is going to be. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. So get it blocked. You're gone. I don't want to see anything else that you got to say. But I think that what Xbox is doing and what they need and what they need to do in the sense of, well, I should say what Xbox needs to do is to advertise better, which is something that they just still don't advertise well at all. They have their moments where they kick ass and then they just don't. But I have seen them get better in certain cases by seeing stuff on Cartoon Network, because my dog is a big baby and he likes to watch Adult Swim at night. So when I'm going in there getting me something to drink, some water, or something, or a snack, I'll go in there and I'll sometime randomly see a advertisement from Xbox. So they're actually doing that. So that's pretty damn cool. So other than that, or if I'm watching Toonami or something like that, then I might see some advertisement. So finally they're doing something like that. But I think that overall that Xbox is going in a direction that a lot of people may not like, but it's the gaming industry is going in a direction that we don't understand. I mean, it is crazy what's happening right now. Everything is turned upside down, and we could be in a situation here in the next generation or two where everything is everywhere. Like, I mean, that's where gamers are. That's what a lot of gamers want. So, let me buy my PlayStation and play my games everywhere, or let me buy my Xbox, play games everywhere. Let me buy my Nintendo, play games anywhere. PC.
I have Raichi's comment posted on here for a reason. It says Xbox PlayStation consoles have been sold for around 175 million each generation combined. So if he's able to average that out, that means it's stagnant.
Yeah. Somebody
said it was like a median
5 to 8 increase in the generation.
That's like a median number if I'm hearing him correctly. And I'm just saying, like, that is exactly why you're seeing VR from PlayStation coming to PC. Yeah. That's why you're seeing Xbox games say, we're going to Steam day one, screw it. That's why you're seeing PlayStation be like, maybe we need to go mobile.
Yep.
It's because that, this software has no reason to not be able to be used in multiple different ways.
Right.
We made excuses for the longest time. Well, the jig is up now.
Yep.
Right? You can't keep pretending that you have a special disc.
Yep.
Anymore. Especially with everything being digital. Now it's really not special. Now it's extremely just as basic and not interesting as everything else, right? Because remember back in the day when we used to go to the game stores and whatnot, sometimes you'll have those, game cases that look super duper special, or like the book in this one is dope, or this disc of Twisted Metal has the Rob Zombie songs on it that I could listen to in my stereo. You know what I'm saying? Like it had different purposes that it could be used for, compared to now, like it's either you get a collector's edition or you pretty much get it digital.
Right.
And if you get something physical, it's usually like limited run-ish now at this point, and they almost feel like I don't know. I feel like some of these publishers and developers feel stupid sometimes when they make a hard copy.
Yeah,
I almost feel like they do.
Yeah.
Because they know damn well that majority of this is just going to get bought digitally, and nobody really cares about physical unless they're a super fan, and we're not going for the super fan crowd. We're going for the everybody crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Although the super fan crowd is nice, the super fan crowd energizes the casual crowd, but they don't make the sales like the casual crowd.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's what matters at the end of the day to these big mega businesses that don't care about any of us at all. I mean, maybe the people that work there care about us seeing like by the person or something like that. But a company as a whole, like maybe someday I talk to Phil Spencer, we end up having dinner or something and have a good time and have a good relationship or whatnot. But at no point will I ever expect, oh, I have a good relationship with Phil Spencer. That must mean Microsoft in its totality is good with me.
Right.
No, they don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck. they don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, that's the thing. Money has to be made. You know what I'm saying? Investments are done, but money needs to be made. And that's just the reality of it. And these companies, and this is no different than any company that's out there that we, like McDonald's, right? Me and my wife, last week, we just was like, oh man, we don't want to cook nothing or whatever. And so my wife was off actually that day. And so she was like, well, let's just stop by McDonald's, get some breakfast. $23, bro, for $23 for breakfast. That's stupid.
That's a lot.
That's a lot for McDonald's bullshit ass breakfast.
Yo, at McDonald's, it was $20?
$23. We got 2 meals, and the most expensive was the orange juice. Because we both got orange juice.
A heavy bag for 10.
Bro, we could have went to Jimmy's Eggs down the street and ate and paid probably maybe $20 and ate and got our fill. Like,
this is why Waffle House still in business.
Right. But that's my point. Like, as much as people would say that I love McDonald's, and and you might be a friend of a McDonald's exec, like you said, McDonald's ain't giving a shit. They go charge you $23 for breakfast.
All right.
So you're absolutely right. Like, that's and that's why for those who's
will you be using your app today?
Yeah.
All right, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Oh yeah, no. I see somebody post something about a dude. I'm not messing with your app. I'm not doing that. But so yeah, McDonald's is not getting. I might go up there for a quarter pounder on occasion. But what that's going to make me do is make me change my thought process on where I want to go get something to eat at, or just cook it. Just wait and just cook it home. So if gamers are this distraught by what Xbox is going is if their direction is going, then fine, bow out, get on, go somewhere else. But the reality is that you're a gamer and you're going to be playing your game somewhere. And I guarantee you, and Xbox knows that. So most likely, there'll be some that'll go over to PlayStation, but the majority of them will just probably go to PC. They're still going to get you because you're going to play those games on PC. You're going to get a PC Game Pass. You see what I'm saying? So they're being smart on their decision making, even though we may not like it. But it's what I'm saying. But the gaming business has changed so much is that yes, they want to siphon every bit of a penny out of us, like like other corporations do. But where are you going to go to game to where you feel like you're getting more bang for your buck? And I can tell you, like, PC is really good at that because you can like get a lot of cheap games. But then in the console market, Xbox can't be beat. Like, I mean, Game Pass alone gives you so much for that monthly price. Or if you're paying, let's just say that you pay a year or two up on Game Pass. Yeah, that would be a little expensive, but think about all the games that you get to play. And
yeah, you don't even gotta worry no more.
You ain't gotta worry no more. So, and that's just like what I was talking about with the subscriptions with EA and Ubisoft. And I hope more subscriptions companies go with subscriptions, because that way I ain't gotta worry about if they want to delist a game or take a game or take, well, not delist a game, but if take a game off, or if their online doesn't work no more, well, shit, I didn't pay the money for it. I just sit there and I can play the next game, 100 games that they got available for me right now for this monthly price, or if I'm paying annually a year. So I don't know, man. Like I just beginning to be.
I'm okay if you do
smarter
that as long as they always have the option to buy the game.
No, there should always be an option to buy the game, but but Ham is just like what I was saying earlier about 2K and what their direction is going to try to go is to try to raise games up to $80 for a standard game. How many gamers are going to bow out of that? Like, what I'm saying, the standard of games selling at get 8-10 million, well, let's say 6 to 8 million in a week or a week's time will be dead. Gamers aren't buying these games at $70 like that anymore. Just look at that. Let's look at the numbers. Gamers are being more frugal than ever. That $10 means more to people doing other things with it than buying a game, and especially if games are broken or if they're not up to par. And
yeah, it's a trust issue right now.
That's a trust issue right now. So no. The industry itself has just changed.
And it's just like cars, like some cars, especially like trucks and stuff like that, raising prices heavily.
Yeah.
Right. And you still see trucks get bought even though their prices are raised because this reliability and warranty factor that comes with those things. So it's just like I buy this thing, I still feel somewhat protected. Right. As for when you buy a video game, and it's been like this since forever. And you were very fortunate if you ever found a shop that was willing to take back your game after you bought it for the same price, right? You'd be crazy dumb fortunate, and 99% of the stores wasn't fucking with that, right? So it's just like you're asking somebody to like right here. Why So Serious says every time I order Domino's, it'd be like $70,
bro,
and I feel that, right?
I feel that,
But the difference with him making that purchase at Domino's versus somebody buying a video game is I can call Domino's if they fuck up my order.
Right.
And tell them, yo, make that shit right, and I'll get a whole new pizza. Or whatever, right? I spent $70 on Rise of Ronin.
Oof.
And it comes out and they're talking about 900p. After I just got done seeing some of the most stunning trailers the last year and a half to two.
Facts.
Where the game was looking like it was on trying to do some type of sorcery.
Right.
Yo, if Black Myth Wukong comes out in the state that Rise of Ronin did, it's gonna get cooked.
And it should.
It's gonna get cooked. And that's what I'm saying is because you bought Rise of Ronin, but you can't take that back to Best Buy.
Nope.
And unless you only played a couple hours of it, you can't return that to Xbox or PlayStation. They said you played too much. Right. Same with Steam. Steam has a few hour rule.
Yep.
And it depends on the game as well.
Yep.
That you can only return this game within this short amount of time right here. If you play just an inkling too long of it, you're cooked. And the same thing happened with my boy that was playing Helldivers 2 when that game was all fucked up. He played a little too much, even though every time he played, the game would crash, kick him off. He wouldn't be able to rejoin. Every time we went to extract, he would, he would his PC would just go nuts or whatnot. He'd get blue screen and whatnot. But seeing that he played the game an hour or two too long, or was stuck, or check this out, was stuck in the beginning waiting to be able to get to the ship to load in to even be able to play the game. You're stuck into that spot for so long. And you used up that allotted time that you got. Here, I'm moving my hand like Trump. Anyways, I caught that. I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
You got a Bible you selling? Yeah,
I know, right? I'm selling a dollar in the dream right now.
Oh,
but you doing all that stuff, and you have all them problems. You reach out, there's nobody you can talk to. There's no 1-800 number you can call to say, yo, my shit is fucked up. there is no like quick like fix for the situation like there is for Domino's. You call them, my shit's fucked up, immediately fixed, or fixed in the morning if it's so late, right? Yo, man, like you just spent $70 on Rise of Ronin and you didn't get what you wanted. And like, I'm not saying I'd never play the game, but I'm just saying $70 is pretty steep for what I thought it was compared to what it is.
Man, bro, and that's what I'm talking about. And you hit it, you know what I'm saying? You hit it perfectly. That gamers are just nervous. They know what they're comfortable with the games that they played. Like that's why the Maddens, the 2Ks, the Call of Duties will always sell because they're comfortable. That is those are the peanut butter and jelly of games. You know what I'm saying? Your potato chips, your snack. They know what those games are year in and year out. But but you don't know. Like if you said Wulong, was it Wulong? Not Wulong.
Rise of Ronin?
No, the game that you was talking about, the game that's coming out.
Wukong.
Wukong. If Wukong doesn't look anything like it's shown, I will be highly disappointed because I'm probably, and that's the fear of pre-order. Like I'm like, shit. I know that Hellblade's going to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? I still don't understand why it's not for sale yet. Like, because I've been trying to buy it. It's not available for pre-order yet. But I'm going to pre-order that game, and then if that game is bad, then I'm going to stop pre-ordering. The situation with
I feel like there's going to be some sort of Xbox announcement or like some sort of spring meeting or something like that before the game comes out, to where they announce pre-orders are live. Yeah, I feel like that's a game, and here we go with Xbox if they fuck up marketing again. But to me, this is a game where you have to like be 10 toes down.
Yeah, you got to
be proud of it,
right?
Or what it looks like. But continue because I'm taking you off subject.
Yeah, no. But you're right, and that's a game that I trust because I played the first game. I know the second game is not going to disappoint me. It looks better than the first game. My God, like I'm all in on that. But it is scary to pre-order a game like that, like Wukong. And you know what I'm saying? Because what Ronin did, what other games has done, it just, you're thinking that you're going to get this certain type of game, and it does not meet expectations. It's just like with Dragon's Dogma 2. There's more and more people that's saying that, hey, the game is great, right? But the game just, there was something missing. Even you said that. Like there's something missing with the game. It's not the most perfect game, but it's a good game. Right. What happened to me with Battlefield? I will never pre-order a Battlefield again. I will not buy the $100 version of Battlefield ever. Well, I will not, I can't say never, but I will not buy this next Battlefield going in like I did blindly with 2042. I got cooked on that. I got real cooked on that. I'm not, you lost me. You lost me on that one. So it is dangerous times, man. So you just got to be a smart buyer. And if they think that they could just siphon more money out of us, I think the gaming market the gamers out here is letting these companies know, yeah, I might risk it all for certain games, but I'm not going to risk it all for every game. So, and I'm wondering what Stellar Blade's going to do. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm intrigued because the game looks great, but are people willing to pay that $70 for it?
I mean, that's a steep price, and I get it because
and how long is the game going to be? Like 10-hour game?
I mean, yeah, that's a solid question as well, because we look at Spider-Man 2 was that game was hot. It was a lot of fun to me, but like I ain't playing that no more.
Damn, I mean,
like you know what I'm saying? Like it's 100%ed in 20 in just over 20 hours. What else do I do with that game? Like I understand that it's a marvelous game, it's a showcase piece, but like at the end of the day, it's just a video game,
right?
Right? So whatever. But like I wanted to bring up this thing before I go to Raichi's comment real quick. Okay. Anime compilation says except Elden Ring, and this goes on to this point as well that we're making. Y'all got $70 games out here, but they can't even outperform something that's 60, 50, 40. Power Worlds was 30. You see what I'm saying? Right. So like when you come out and I'm not gonna throw PlayStation under the bus, and I'm not gonna throw Xbox under the bus. I'm gonna throw a third party under the bus on this one. When Elden Ring is a third party game for $60, it knows its lane. It did what it needed to do. It was ready to go when the time came.
Right.
And it was $60. As for Jedi Survivor being a $70 game, being a massive download, 120 plus gigs,
165 on PC,
and then on top of it, when it came out on console, because it's fixed now, that performance mode was cooked. It was absolutely unplayable on PC. And in fact, I remember Mega saying that game you can't play it.
No, and that's why I put it up. I got to go back and beat it.
Imagine like,
and I bought it.
Imagine being Why So Serious, spending $70 on this joint right here on Jedi Survivor or whatnot. Let's just say it's Domino's in this situation. Imagine spending $70 on some Domino's. It arrived and you can't do shit about it. You and then you go to a Reddit thread and see that there's a bunch of other people that can't do shit about it too. You feel trapped.
Yeah.
And you just spent you're going out and doing shit. I mean, think about it. I could have went to fucking Disney World with that money for the day.
Yeah.
And made a memorable time. Sure, I mean, if I bring anybody, it's going to be more than $70. But
right.
But you see, like, I'm certain I'm going to have a good time. As for when I buy a game for $70, is, I mean, especially without a demo, it's hit or miss.
Yeah.
But anyways, let me touch upon what Ray Chi said, and also back, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Okay. But Ray Chi said, I wonder if Xbox is preparing itself for a future where the 30% digital software commission becomes illegal. PlayStation would suffer if the 30% commission dropped to 10%. That is some words right there.
Hey, man, that listen. If that were to happen, PlayStation is fucked, hurt, because because that money that they get, that goes into their first party stuff, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? And especially like it used to not, because their gamers bought their games. They're not buying those first party games like that unless it's Spider-Man. But then, I mean, but it's only just those certain games. Like, I mean, The Last of Us will probably sell, but I mean, if you keep raising the prices on that, so what will PlayStation do? Raise the prices and then try to recoup that? That would, oh my God, that would be bad. That would be bad.
Rachie said, sorry, Ham. The servers of Disney are full.
That's funny as hell. But yeah, no, that would be tragic. I don't know. What's your thoughts? I think that would, Nintendo would be fine, because of course Nintendo don't have their stuff anywhere. See, that's the thing. When Nintendo gets wise and put their games on other platforms, like if they put it on PC or in mobile, man, they don't have to worry about nothing, because their fan base is going to support them. PlayStation and Xbox got to worry. They have to worry. So, and more so PlayStation, because PlayStation don't have Microsoft money. But Microsoft got to worry because, the money hats is looking at them side eye. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that would be insane. And that would, you know what I'm saying? That would be insane.
So yeah, my thoughts on it would be, yeah, I'm right there with you on the whole insane part. Because like if we're thinking about how detrimental it is, just look at the way Microsoft's moving right now, right? Like, they're one of the richest companies in the entire world. And they're saying, yo, we can't do this shit alone. They're saying that. One of the richest companies in the world that could, pay off the dead, like damn near the dead of the United States, is saying, yo, I don't want to, nor do I think I should do this alone. This is a lot bigger than just me.
Yep.
So if you're hearing that from one of the richest companies in the world, you look over at Sony and you're like, you good? Like, we see y'all cornering yourselves for quite some time, but now you over here shaking hands with folks and talking about who you want to work with, who you're willing to put games on console, or who you're willing to put games on platforms for, and where you're willing to put your hardware. Most importantly, because that's what you guys have stood on for the longest time, is this hardware ain't usable by nothing but PlayStation and Sony products.
Yep.
And Sony software. So it's mad interesting. I think it'll be nuts, and I will be so happy if it happens, if I get this PlayStation VR 2, plug it into my PC and play Flight Sim on.
Right.
The perfect mixture, in my opinion. Having that 120 HDR 4K. You know what I'm saying? From that headset that PlayStation has, and having the excellent software that is Microsoft Flight Simulator. That mixture right there is hot. And anybody saying that shouldn't happen is an idiot.
I agree. Also, when playing Helldivers on Xbox, you know what I'm saying, playing against PlayStation gamers, playing with PlayStation gamers.
Right.
That's great. Like people have to understand, like I said earlier, exclusives do matter, but do they matter to the point that these companies has got to fold? No, they don't. And it's just like what you said about, like, hey, Xbox is saying, "Look, we can't do this alone. We can't do this exclusive thing like this. We can have some exclusives, but we can't have the exclusives like you thought that maybe we were initially thinking, but the way that everything is going is crazy." And one last point too, Anime Compilation said this, and I think that this could be very interesting as well. He says then they want to charge us $100 for GTA 6. I think that there could be a level of where gaming prices will be just different. Like, yeah, I could see Take-Two going all, telling people, look, you're gonna have to pay $100 for this game, and I see people buying that. While I see what Xbox is doing with Hellblade, charging that for $40, and not having a hard copy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's just there's going to have to be some kind of, like you said, the beginning. The word of the day is balance. There has to be some kind of balance. And so if that's a way to win, to keep gamers like us staying and buying games like this, then they're going to have to make adjustments like that to where not every game's got to be $70, $80, or $100. It's got to be, a mix of, you could get a $25 game, you could get a $19.99 game, you can get a $30 game, a $40 game, 50, 60, and for games that's going to be a massive big hit, or that's going to have that type of budget, then I guess if you want to make the decision of wanting to spend $80 to $100, then we'll get there. But then we'll see. But I think that's the only way to keep gaming sustainable, unless they want to go, all of them go with subscriptions.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah. Ray Cheese said, my $100 is safe. I don't like GTA. The controls, the controls in GTA 5 feel like I'm controlling a rag doll.
Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait till the price to go down, or find another avenue to buy it cheaper. There's no way I'm going to spend $100 for a standard game. There's just no way. Even the mighty Tekken, if Tekken decided to want to go $100, you know what? Mr. Harada, love you. You know what I'm saying? But bruh, I'm not doing all that. Because like you said,
I don't think GTA is in Unreal Engine 5. I think it's in his in-house engine, isn't it?
It might be. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be Unreal. That part. I don't know. I don't think it will be. I don't know.
I'm looking that up right now.
Yeah, I was going to look that up too.
Is GTA 6 on? Yeah, the advanced game.
Yeah, it's Rockstar. Yeah,
Rage Engine.
Rage in it. Yeah, Rage Engine. Yeah, so okay.
So yeah, it's from the in-house engine.
Yeah.
Shout out to John TJ with another $5 super chat. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Oh shit! There we go.
And yep, he took off. He took off. He is in the sky. He letting it fly. He said Xbox will buy Take-Two, WB, and Sega. Put Steam Epic on Xbox. Oh my goodness,
man!
There it is.
There it is. Boy, that man right there. I mean, the more you want Xbox to buy, the more Xbox is going to be fought for the streets because they're going to put that shit everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
I'm. Oh wait, did he say that earlier? Yeah. I think did I read that earlier?
What? Oh no.
Yeah. I did read that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Cool. But yeah. John TJ said, I sent you guys a super chat. You will love it. So I'm assuming it's this one.
That was that one right there.
Yeah. So all right. So we've been here long enough. We've been here a little bit longer than I anticipated. We've been here like 5 minutes longer than I anticipated. But anyways, K Mega brother, let them know where they can find you and whatnot. Let's get up out of here. I mean, I know where I can find you. Right there.
I knew it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You can find me on my channel, K-Mega 405. Come and check it out. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have GRG this past Friday. I was out doing some stuff with a friend's birthday. It was his 52nd birthday. He's not in the military, he's retired, but man, that brother did 7 tours. He did 7 tours. I just can't believe it, man. I'm like, bro, you just lucky to be keeping you up. And you know what I'm saying? He has PTSD, but that man, 7 tours. He did 3 of Desert Storm.
God damn.
He did 3 of Desert Storm 2, and then he did 2.
That man's knees are shot.
Bro, KL is a wild one, bro. I said, man, yeah. So I was like, you gonna do another tour? He said, hell no, I ain't doing none of that. Anyway, but shout out to KL.
He's one of those motherfuckers where you'd put your fists up, right? And he'd punch you and still knock you out.
I mean,
punch you dead right in
the he'll find a pressure point, he'll tear your ass up. I you know what I'm saying? I say, man, what? I said, man, how many bodies you got? He said, man, that's none of your business. He said, just make sure that you ain't one of those bodies. I'm like, oh, okay, I got you. It's anyway, so no, shout out to KL. But no, you catch me on catch GRG podcast. This way we will have a new member. You know what I'm saying? Since Sir X-Man said he will be gone for about 2 weeks, he'll be back. But you know, Darth,
right? Yeah,
Darth, and then of course the Husky Akage. They're the new members of GRG. So you know what I'm saying? Looking forward to having those brothers on. The Devin the Gamer will be back tomorrow. So come and check us out on Don's channel, the Don KTR. And then I'll be doing Fight Night again tonight at around 10 p.m. Central Time. So, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully Yobi can come through. I probably won't see Ham, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be the sober edition. So, but anyway, I'll be looking forward to it. But he coming to the party and talk shit or whatever. But anyway, man, thank you guys so much. Oh, and also on Twitter at KMega4. But thank you.
Fucking around fighting Bo Right Joe all fucking night. But Ray Chi said something interesting on the way out. He says if the digital commissions drops to 10%, third-party devs wouldn't accept exclusivity.
You're right. You're absolutely right. That's what I'm saying. Sony is
not enough money.
Yeah, not enough money. They're not enough money. And so
slow down all the production too.
And Game Pass would be eaten because Xbox can sit here and pay more money on that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because people because that accessibility and money and money now opportunity sounds real interesting when it starts to get a little bit more scarce in the street. But anyways, shout out to Rachel. He says thanks K Mega for the ass kicking. I'll fill it in a week.
You're welcome, brother.
Shout out to Stanley Francois. He said great damn show. But anyways, y'all, this is a great show. You guys make sure you guys come back tomorrow for an episode of The Lowdown with me and Loke. That's our Tuesday show that we do every week. It should be a good time. Also make sure that you check out what I dropped earlier on my YouTube channel that has to do with Dune Awakening, the new survival game that Funcom is working on. I had the chance to speak with those with the ladies and gentlemen over there in person while I was live at PAX in Boston, and they have extremely an extremely ambitious game that they're looking to be dropping. That if you're any sort of a fan of survival games, this looks like it's taking it to another level. They're trying to involve PvP and PvE within the same world, and just have like an area that's allocated to like PvP, to where everybody to go fight in during that moment and like getting harvest stuff and whatnot. But then there's a lot of other PvE areas that are story worthy notes as to like getting you through the game, figuring out what factions you want to work with versus what factions you want to be against and stuff like that. So it just seems like it's a extremely grand game, and I'm a little nervous when it comes to the size of this game being on that being on that hard drive, man. It's gonna
be cooking.
Xbox is gonna be breathing.
Oh my god!
I know, right?
Well,
anyways, it was a fantastic time kicking it with everybody. Thanks for everybody that showed up, stuck it out with us. Whether you're here the whole time or just here for a little bit, we appreciate you guys for just sliding through and giving us your time. Make sure you check us out on K Mega's channel, K Mega 405, over on YouTube next week for the next edition of the Crossover Podcast. He'll be hosting it, so I'll just be kicking back, relaxing while he deals with all the BS.
Woo! I don't know if I could have done the show this week. the hen dog is finally wearing down. Lord have mercy, man. I've drunk all this water. Good God. I'm done with it. Give me another one. Man. I got to drink. I got to drink 2 more of these, man. Get my shit together.
All right, y'all. Well, it was good. It was good kicking with y'all. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the day, and hopefully I see some of y'all tomorrow. Y'all be safe out there. And as your boy Ham Solo from TSWS Gaming always lets you know, is to keep it gaming or keep it moving. Peace out, y'all. Deuces.